For today's practice, I recommend having a blanket, a pillow, if you have any yoga blocks, and maybe a strap nearby. So pause the video, grab what you need, and then meet me back on the mat. We begin today's practice of letting go with our legs extended out in front, flat against the earth. Our heels are grounded, toes reaching up towards the sky. We allow our hands, palm up, to rest beside our knees, and the neck to drop, chin to chest, the belly to pull in towards the spine. As we begin to surrender, we connect to our breath. And with each inhale in, you say, I am. Exhale, letting go. Inhale, I am. Letting go. Feel the length in the spine and the stretch. Where you feel it is individual to you. Maybe in the neck, or maybe you hold your tension in your back, or wherever it was that brought you here. Let's nurture our body. Send the breath where it needs to let go. And on the next inhale, I have. Exhale, let go. I have. Let go. And feel your breath. Watch where it resides in your body, where it fills your belly. We'll roll slightly up. We'll give a bend in our knees and bring the soles of our feet together in just this diamond shape. And then again, allowing ourselves to surrender into the pose. And maybe reaching for that block or blanket to help support us. Maybe resting it on our feet and allowing the head to drop down. So we can truly let be. So we could truly let go. As we calm our busy brains. And take a moment to stop planning for what's next. Or dwell on what already happened. But just bring awareness to where you are in this moment. And how your body feels as we navigate each pose mindfully and fully. I have. Let go. I have. Let go. And slowly roll back up. Removing any props that we may have used. Back off to the side. We'll gently guide our knees back up. Plant the feet, soles down onto the mat. Arms reach back behind us. And just windshield wiper the legs so knees drop to one side. Back up and then across to the other. Just this gentle wakening up of the hips. And throughout today's practice, I don't want you to think about how you look in each pose. It's not about the aesthetics. We're letting go, and we just want to do what we need to do to feel good, not look good. Because that's what's important. It's connecting to your body's needs. Come back up to center. And this time we'll take our right leg and maybe allow the heel to reach back towards our bottom. And then allow that left leg to drop. So knee pointing towards the left side, left toes point forward, right toes pointing back behind us, knee pointing forward. In whatever area is comfortable for you. So you might be not so intense. And then we just kind of lean back into the pose. So you may be up on your hands or your fingertips. Or you may be able to walk back and rest onto your elbows. And just breathing in. Feeling the stretch maybe in the hip flexor on the right side. Maybe it's on the hamstring. Maybe it's in that left hip. Move around to that angle that gives you the most comfort. And again, if you feel pain, back off, readjust, and find what your edge is. And the edge, it's not how deep into the pose you can go, but it's that point where you just start feeling. It's that part where you can be, and it feels good. It doesn't hurt. You can stay in it for minutes and minutes and minutes and be okay. And allow that connective tissue to lengthen and soften. Just feel. And you can allow those deep muscles and ligaments to let go. Then we're doing something right. Gently walk yourself back up. And bring the right sole of the foot planting onto the mat. And that left knee to bend at whatever angle is right for you. Allow the right knee to drop open. And again, resting back into the pose to what feels good for you. Having this connection to our breath. And observing it as we move our body in different directions, how the breath might change, how you breathe might change. Some of them it might be more in your belly, others it might be more in your chest. And don't judge yourself for it, just bring awareness to it. Well, that was interesting. Or, oh, I didn't know that was there. Or that's an interesting stretch. Healthy curiosity as we explore our bodies through this act of letting go, this removal from our ego, so we can let be and put the chaos that comes with uncertainty aside. For this class is for you and your opportunity to just be. We'll gently walk our hands back forward and bring the left foot to stomp the ground. Again, let's just rock this time, both knees to the right side. Up, and then the left, both knees drop. Couple times, pivoting off the toes. And then we'll walk our hands back up. We'll kick our knees out, our feet reach towards the back. And then we'll walk our knees back. Walk them back until our hips are over our knees. We can have the toes tucked or pointing back. And then we walk our arms forward, allowing the chest to come towards the ground as we lengthen the arms. And we drop down into puppy dog pose. So we have our arms straight, our head relaxed, maybe resting on a block or connecting that third eye into the mat. You're welcome to roll it left and right, trying to welcome in a sense of clarity. And then drawing those hips up. So pointing that booty up towards the sky. Feeling the length in the shoulders, the arms, belly drawing into the spine. Beautiful. We'll slowly push back up. Walk our wrists back towards our knees. And then sit back onto our heels. And if this is uncomfortable, sitting on the heels, you can grab a block and place it underneath to elevate the hips. Otherwise, we can scoot the legs out just slightly. And then we start to lean back. So depending where you're at, maybe this hero's pose you need to have a block underneath you. Or maybe it feels good. I have my heels on either side of my hips. And then I lean back into my hands. Or maybe my elbows. Or maybe it feels good for you to come all the way down onto your back. Do what feels right for you and being mindful of your edge. And if you feel discomfort, making sure you back off. And if it's pain, definitely back off. You shouldn't feel pain in your knees. And bring compassion to yourself for where you are on your yoga journey. For we're all here. And we all have started at different times and have different experiences that have molded us to be the people that we are. Be okay with that. Slowly push ourselves back up. And then keeping the knees wide, we bring our toes back behind us, touching, big toes kiss, and then the arms reach out in front for a wide knee child's pose. You can find some movement here in the hips, wiggle them down. And again, whatever variation is right for you. So maybe you have your arms bent and that feels good. Maybe it's a little bit more active child's pose and you're walking those fingers out. You've got your elbows lifted up off the mat, really feeling that stretch. Or maybe you're just allowing yourself to surrender and you've got your palms up towards the sky, allowing any light into your body that you might need today. Let go and let be. If your palms are up, flip them back over, palm side down, and walk your hands to the right. Walk the fingertips out so you feel a stretch in the left arm. Send your breath where it needs to go to help feed and nurture the body. Next inhale, raise your head. And exhale, walk the hands over towards our left side. Allowing our hips to still stay low. Walk those right fingertips out so you feel the length in that side arm. Inhale up and back to center. Next inhale, we'll raise up through tabletop and then allow the hips to drop down. We'll walk the knees back in, point the toes, and then the hands are placed next to our chest, elbows tucking back behind us. We're going to inhale, cobra pose, baby cobra. Feet are pressing into the mat. Exhale down. Again, hands press in, shoulders squeezing, drawing those elbows back behind us. Exhale down. Inhale, up, shoulders pulling down away from the ears. Exhale down. This time to the right. Inhale up, right shoulder peels back. Exhale down. To the left, inhale up, left shoulder peeling away. Exhale down. Pressing into the mat, we inhale up through tabletop and then back. Child's pose. Maybe this time you have your knees together. And again, connect to your breath. Where is it? When you breathe in, what is expanding? I often find this pose forces me to use more of a belly breath because my chest is compressed against my thighs. And that's the only place it has to go. Inhale up, tabletop. Tabletop, we have our shoulders over our wrists, our hips over our knees. Toes are pointing back behind us in parallel. Inhale, look up, tail rises. Cow pose. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the back. Cat. Inhale, cow. Heart lifts, chin lifts, tail lifts. Exhale, cat. Rounding, drawing the belly up, pressing in. One more time. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Come back to neutral position. Is your belly sagging? Draw it up into the spine. Find your breath. Maybe tuck the toes. Option to lift the knees. So engaging the core. And hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale back down. We'll walk the hands forward a couple hand widths. And then inhale, bringing the right knee over towards the right wrist. Toes will come maybe to a 45-degree angle and allow that left foot to start to walk back for pigeon pose. And in pigeon pose, if you find yourself kind of rocking off to one side, this is when it's nice to have a block or a blanket to help elevate the hips. So just shove it under that right glute. And then square the hips forward. And sometimes the block might be the wrong height and it'll actually knock you too much off the other side. And that's when it's nice to have a blanket, because you can be a little bit more versatile with the height. So do what's right for you. And maybe you are super flexible and you have that openness in your hips. If that's the case, then you strive to have your front shin parallel to the front of the mat and the foot is flexed. You can look back behind you, that left leg. See if you can even it out. And again, just feel into the pose. Maybe pressing into the mat, finding some length. Seeing how it feels if you tuck the tailbone while you're in this pose. That left hip flexor is super activated. And then welcoming in, allowing ourselves to come down, maybe onto our hands, reaching for a block in front of us, or the elbows, and allowing ourselves to come completely down. Again, your hands, maybe you need to feel more grounded. Keep them palm down. Or maybe there's this openness that you need, so keep them up. Being mindful of your edge. Again, can you be in this pose for 5 minutes? If not, maybe back off a little bit. We won't be doing 5 minutes today, but that's a good question to ask yourself when trying to establish your edge. Send your breath to the hips, to those areas of resistance you might be feeling. Maybe it's a busy mind that has a tendency to wander and try to think about what's next already or what's on the agenda. And when it does that, which you're human, it probably will, invite it back to your breath. Acknowledge the thoughts, but bring it on back to that inhale and that exhale. Every inhale, we have an opportunity to reset and let go with each exhale. And deepen the breath, and then slowly push yourself back up. And unwind, bringing that front leg back. Maybe giving it a little kick back behind you. Pulse it a couple times. And back down. And then walk the left knee up towards that left wrist. And then taking maybe about a 45-degree angle or so, pointing the toes, walking the right leg back, and those toes point. You can find what's right for you. Maybe you've got a block under that left side. Maybe you've got a blanket. Or maybe you can have your front foot flexed and shin parallel to the front of the mat. Find some length and find that edge. And then maybe stay upright, playing around with this tucking sensation of our tailbone to find length in the right hip flexors. And on that exhale, surrendering in to the earth in whatever capacity is appropriate for you. Allowing your intuition to be the teacher, to tell you when you need to back off, or when you can go a little bit deeper. The use of props helps us in our resistance and really allows us to let go. Because we don't have to fight it. We're supported underneath. And again, don't worry about how you look in this pose. How does it feel for you? Maybe having an awareness of one side being a little bit tighter than the other, and being okay with that. It's completely normal and natural, and that's why we do yoga, to help balance our bodies and balance our mind. Again, we'll deepen the breath. Next exhale, we'll walk our hands back. Raise our heart up. Tuck those back toes. Lift the hips up to create some space for that left leg to come back. And maybe extending it gently back behind us. And offering in a couple pulses up and down just to unwind. Return the knee. And take whatever variation of child's pose feels good for you. Maybe that has wide knees and big toes kissing. Maybe the knees are together. Again, maybe palms up to the sky. Welcoming in some type of warmth. Being open to whatever this practice has for you. Next exhale, flip the palms over, come back up. Walk the knees over to one side, drop the hips down. Kick the legs out towards the front of the mat. And then roll back, vertebrae by vertebrae, onto your back. We'll extend the left leg out, heel on the mat, and draw the right knee in towards our left shoulder. So a little cross, a little bit of cross. Maybe you can't grab the shin, so you can grab the thigh to help it in. Whatever feels right. clasp the fingers, then maybe bring them behind the thigh as we try to straighten the leg up. You can keep a slight bend, whatever's right for you. And then you can allow your hands to walk up, maybe the calf. And this is another opportunity. If you have a strap, you can put a strap around the middle of your foot and then use that to help lengthen. And then really breathe into this stretch. You can intensify it by having your toes drawing towards your face. If you find your shoulders are off the mat, make sure you back off a little bit. And don't be afraid to use that strap. Wherever you're at, we'll allow the right arm to drop out towards our side, palm down. And then the left leg, it can be bent or extended straight. Allow it to just cross over our body towards that left side. And here it might be comfortable to have a block or blanket for it to rest on. Maybe inhaling, raising that left shoulder up to create some space, and then back down so both shoulders can be on the ground. Gaze can be up, or maybe out over those right fingertips. Twists are detoxifying. So if there's something that's been bothering you that you need to let go of now, use the support of this twist to help you let go of something toxic in your life that does not serve you. And deepen the breath. And then inhale. Slowly untwist. Give that leg a nice little hug in for all the good work it did, and then allow it to extend to the base of your mat. Heel down, toes up. Inhale in, allow the left knee to hug in, guiding it towards our right shoulder. Bringing awareness to your body throughout all poses. And maybe that's just like what part of your body is in contact with like the ground. So think about that. Sometimes it's uncomfortable to always focus on the breath. So think about the body part. How does my right leg feel right now on the mat? How do my shoulders feel being grounded? Extend that left leg up towards the sky, maybe allowing a strap to rest and support you through this extension around the base of the foot. How does my hamstring feel right now? How does my calf feel? And being mindful of your body and allowing bends in the knee where you need to. Hamstrings can be so tight. So, so, so tight. And it truly does take a lot of dedication and practice to help lengthen them. So you're on the right track by joining me in today's practice. And send your breath to those areas of resistance. Fuel it with that life force of your breathing. Maybe put some positive affirmations in there. I have loose hamstrings. I have flexible hamstrings. I have range of motion. Next exhale, left arm rests at our side, palms down. And then we allow that left leg to come on over and reach either bent or straight over towards our right side. Welcoming in our last twist for today's practice. So again, if there is something toxic in your life that you need to eliminate, use the support of today's practice in this pose just to help you let go of it. You inhale in, I have. Exhale, let go. Maybe lift that right shoulder, create some space for that left shoulder to come to the mat. And both shoulders rest, grounded. Maybe use the support of a blanket or a pillow underneath that bent top leg. Whatever feels good for you. Go ahead and do it today. Next exhale, unwind. And give that left knee a nice, well-earned hug. And extend that leg out to meet the right. And grab whatever prop you may need to help you in Shavasana today. We're going to inhale, reach the arms above us. Point the toes, reach the arms out. Find full length and extension. Reach, 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 reach. And exhale. Allow the arms to return to the sides of our body. Inhale. Raise just a couple inches the right arm off the ground. Clench the hand into a fist and activate the entirety of the arm, fingers, shoulders. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And let go. Left side, arm raises up, squeeze. Tighten everything. And let go. Right leg raises up. Point and curl the toes. Feel the calf. Feel the quads. Relax. Left side, left leg, point, curl, squeeze. Leg, glutes, and let go. And then crunch in the belly. Feel it, feel it. And relax. And the face, tighten it all up. You just had that sour lemon. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then eyes roll back, tongue sticks out, lion's breath. Letting go. Let go. For Shavasana, Find yourself connected to the earth. And we've let go. Find a sense of calm and relax. And if the busy mind already starts planning again, or worrying, or anticipating, bring it back. Observe the breath, or just repeat with each inhale, I have let go. I have let go. I have let go. Remain in Shavasana as long as you need. And when you're ready, we'll roll onto one side. Allowing the head to cradle into the nook of our arm. Maybe taking one hand, giving a light tap to the ground. I feel you, Earth. And thank you. Press yourself back up to a comfortable cross-leg position. And breathe. You've let go. Namaste.